Hello guys, welcome to today's class. Today we'll be looking at limits and continuity. Limit and continuity. So let f of x, y be a function of two variables. Let f of xy be a function of two variables. If x approaches a, if x approaches a and y approaches b, as f of xy approaches a number L, f of xy approaches what? A number L. Then the L is called the limit of the function. The L is called the limit of the function what? X, f of xy. So now let's do this example. Evaluate this limit of the limit of this function. So the first one, lim. Okay. So now solution. The limit of when x approaches 0, lim x approaches 0, y approaches 1, x cubed minus y squared over 2 over 2x squared plus y. So now we substitute the value of y. This method is called a direct substitution. So you substitute the value of what? Y into this function. This is equal to x cubed minus, the value for y is 1. Y tends to what? 1 square over 2x squared plus what? 1. And this is equal to x cubed minus 1. 1 square is 1, so minus 1 over 2x squared plus 1. So now, the limit of this function when x tends to 0. So now you have to substitute the value. We have 3x cubed. We have x cubed minus 1 over 2x squared plus 1. 2x squared plus 1. So if you substitute this value of 0 into this function, this is equal to 0 cubed minus 1 over 2, 0 squared plus 1. This is equal to 0 cubed is what? 0 minus 1 over, everything here will give you 0 plus 1. This can just have 1, so the answer is what? Minus 1. So the second question says evaluate the limit of the function. Evaluate the limit of the function lim 4x squared minus y raised to power 4z over x y plus z 2, this is 2, 2y z squared. So now this limit has Now let's attempt the second question with direct substitution method. So now the second question says evaluate the limit of this function. So now using direct substitution solution, we take lim when y tends to 1 and when z tends to 1. Limit of when x tends to 0. So here we see x, we put what 0 square minus y raised to power 4z over 0y plus 2yz. So this is equal to the limit of y tends to 1, z tends to 1, for 0 raised to power 2 is 0. Everything here gives you 0. Minus y raised to power 4z over everything here will give you 0. 0 plus 2yz. So now we take the limit when y tends to 1 for this function. We take limit when y tends to 1 for this function. So where you see y, you put 1. Minus 1 is power 4 z over 2 times 1 z. So this is equal to 4 raised to power 1 gives you 1. So you have minus z over 2z. So now if you take the limit when z tends to 1 of minus z over 2z, this is equal to here you see z, you put 1 minus 1 over 2 in bracket 1. So this is equal to minus 1 over 2. So our answer is the limit of the function. If we evaluate the limit of this function, the answer is minus 1 over 2. Okay, guys. In our next class, we'll still solve further questions on limit and continuity. See you in our next class.